Hey guys, Bancroft here with Attack on Productions with another TCG profile. We got Aaron here giving his Golden Frieza hand control deck.
So this is Golden Frieza. He's really old. He's from set 1. Really unique ability. He can KO his own battle cards to draw and untap energy. It's one of each of those on the front, and then on the back side, when he attacks, obviously he draws, and then you can KO one of your dudes to untap 2 energy and draw a card. So really, really good. I love it. So 1-drops, I run 4 Frieza's Call. This deck is basically nothing but Frieza's Army, and it's a lot of 1 and 2-drops. The main core of this deck revolves around this card, so having 4 of it is really clutch at any point in the game. So really, really good card. And then the main 1-drop is Avenging Frieza. So when you play him, you look at the top 3 cards, take a Frieza's Army card that costs 2 or less and put it into your hand. It's really good because he hits your super combos and your basically all the pieces to your Chilai and Limo combos. So really good card. It's also really good KO fodder for the leader as well.
I mean, it could be a thing.
Frieza biding his time. So
Could be a thing because
striving to be the best, the Goku card really shuts this deck down because it says anything that costs 2 or less can attack, and basically everything in this deck costs 2 or less, other than a couple of cards. That card has barrier, so it's a problem. This is basically just to get around that card. Takes a barrier, it costs 2 or less, and taps it and makes it to where I can kill it. So really clutch, really important. Then some of the green engines. So I run 4 of the Infernal. This is basically this deck's Bardock. It's a 10k for 1 that I can pick up a life. It's also a really good KO fodder for the leader. Helps me self-awaken. It's one of the only self-awakens that this deck has until the anniversary box comes out, but it's really good. Really can help you push for game. Then I run Chilai and Limo engine, so I run 2 of the 1-drop Chilai and 3 of the 2-drop. This card is ridiculous. So when you play this card, you draw, and then you can tap a green and 1 to search your deck for Frieza's Army card that costs 2 or less, and put it into play. That can go get Chilai. This Chilai is probably the main thing that this deck revolves around. Whenever one of your opponent's cards gets KO'd, then they have to discard a card. So that may sound like it's not that big of a deal, but combined with some of the things in the deck, it's really good. The other big piece of this engine is the 2-drop Limo. Whenever you play him and your opponent has, or you have a Chilai in play, it just makes your opponent discard a card. So Frieza's Call goes and gets this, Chilai goes and gets this. You can make your opponent discard a lot of cards by playing it with this. So it's really, really good for hand control. Then, along with the Chilai, this Frieza is crazy. So, surprise attack. Whenever one of your opponent's battle cards gets KO'd, you can just play this card for free from your hand if you don't already have one in play. And it's a 15k crit, so just really strong. It helps you press for game, because that's one thing this deck suffers with, is just being able sometimes to push a lot of damage through. And this card, when combined with this, their hand is low, so crit keeps their hand low, and helps you kind of get ahead if you need to. Then I'll do those in a minute. So then I combine that with this. So this is my Champa package. So being able to give him double strike is huge. It's also, I play it a lot on the leader with this card. So this card is nuts. This is Death Ball. So this card gives Frieza plus 15k for the battle, and if your leader is a Frieza, you can KO one of your opponent's cards in rest mode. So with the Chilai in play, you're doing like 4 different things. You're plus 15, you're KOing something, they're discarding a card, you're playing a Frieza. It's so much stuff. So this card is really good. It's also good on defense because it's plus 15k. So it's really good. So then on to just some of the support cards. So obviously super combos. A lot of people like to run the Beerus with this because of the sparking. I like running Dodoria because you can hit it with the 1-drop Frieza. You can also search it out if you absolutely need to with Frieza's Call for whatever reason, but it gets there. The only thing that's bad about this is it's a set 1 super combo, so it's a 0/0, so you have to be at 4 life, which is why that green Frieza's in here. And then obviously with any Frieza deck, you gotta run Cold Bloodlust. I run 3 because it's just a really good card. It needs to be in every Frieza's Army deck that runs yellow. And then I run 4 Flying Nimbus. This deck dies hard to aggro because it doesn't allow it to set up, and you can kind of game it in one turn because of the lack of untap with the Awaken side, where it draws 2 instead. So you have to be able to negate. So I run a lot of negates in this deck. I run Flying Nimbus, and then I also run 2 Time Magic. I love this card. From past videos you guys have seen, I run these cards all the time together. You know, this card's won me a lot of games. So a lot of negates, a lot of control. And then I run 2 Battering Lasers. And the reason I run 2 Battering Lasers is because, nothing crazy or anything, but I run this as my finisher. So there are a lot of cards that this just kind of helps me just win the game with. So I can't tell you how many times I've warped a 6-drop Broly or an 8-drop Broly, or, you know, something like a Blue Han or something, and just, you know, my opponent's just been like dejected. Plus, it's a 20k double striker for 1. The 1 is key because this deck does not like to tap a lot of energy because of the fact that I want to save that for Frieza's calls and for the Chili's ability. So really, having a 1-drop that does 20k with double strike is really strong, and then obviously battering is really good. So that is my version of hand control. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've been tooling with it a little bit, and I really want to see other people's opinions. So that's it.